Star Wars as a brand right now is cooked. And I don't say that lightly. Mandalorian and Grogu is literally coming out this year, and there is zero hype for it. I work at a movie theater. People in the industry don't even realize that it's coming. That's insane when you remember what Star Wars used to be. This was once the biggest franchise on the planet, a cultural event, a myth we all shared. So how did we get here? With Kathleen Kennedy stepping down, this felt like the right moment to take stock of where Star Wars has been, where it is right now, and where it might be going, if it even knows. I'm Shwa, and this is Pop Culture, the channel where faith and fandom meet. I recently launched a Ko-fi, which is kind of like a Patreon. It's a site where you can support the channel for even just $1. It gives you access to bonus content like extra reviews I don't have time to make videos about. You get videos early, ones that I've made like essays or even breakdowns like this. So please head over there. The link will be down in the description, and support the channel if you want to continue to see videos like this. And now let's talk about the absolute state of Star Wars. Alright, so before we can diagnose the problem, we have to remember what Star Wars is. Star Wars isn't just space lasers and lightsabers. It's a spaghetti western. It's Flash Gordon pulp. It's samurai films and World War II imagery. And it's all of that filtered through Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. And most importantly, it tells human stories inside a mythic framework. That's why the most beloved entries still work. Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One, Andor, honestly the entire original trilogy. These stories take real human struggles, such as oppression, sacrifice, resistance, moral compromise, and translate them into Star Wars language. The Force, the Empire, the Rebellion. They're mythic shorthand for things we actually recognize, and that's the magic. Now compare that to where we are. For every Andor you get a book of Boba Fett. For every Rogue One, you get the rise of Skywalker. Stuff that looks like Star Wars, but feels hollow. It's tempting to pin everything on Kathleen Kennedy, but honestly, J.J. Abrams deserves just as much of the blame. When Disney rebooted Star Wars The Force Awakens, they played it safe. It was basically a New Hope all over again. At the time, most fans were fine with that, and we were just happy that Star Wars was back, and to be fair, it was well made. Then Rian Johnson took the baton and tried to push the franchise somewhere new. And I'll say it, I'll always defend The Last Jedi. Everything involving Kylo Ren works, Rey and Luke, that works. Kylo and Luke works. The movie actually has ideas. Is Canto Bight messy? Yes, absolutely. Would I still rather watch that than the Book of Boba Fett? Absolutely. But the fan backlash scared Disney, so they panicked, brought JJ back, and that's where everything collapsed. JJ is great at setting up mystery. He is terrible at finishing stories. Who are Rey's parents? Was never meant to have a real answer. The result was The Rise of Skywalker, a movie packed with moments, visuals, nostalgia, and zero narrative spine. Is it fun to see Palpatine lightning an entire fleet? Sure. Is it fun watching Kylo channel Han Solo energy? Of course. But the story is empty. Nothing lands. Nothing means anything in that movie. Even after Rise, Star Wars wasn't totally dead. Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 were strong. There was optimism. Disney Plus looked like the future of the franchise. Then Book of Boba Fett happened. Still don't understand what that show was supposed to be.
Try spinning, that's a good trick.
The marketing promised one thing, the show delivered another. It felt like someone tried to turn Boba Fett into a crime boss without understanding crime stories, or Boba Fett. Then came a cheap, uneven Obi-Wan, canceled projects, a mid-Mando Season 3, and the TV side collapsed fast. There were highlights. Ahsoka Season 1 was solid. The Acolyte had moments, like that long lightsaber duel in I think episode 4 or 6 or something like that. But overall, Star Wars TV has lost momentum. Here's the scariest part. Disney has announced and canceled over 10 Star Wars movies. Right now, the only thing vaguely on the books is a Rey project and then that one Ryan Gosling movie. And we're not even sure about the Rey project at that point. On the TV side, all we have is another season of Ahsoka, and that's kind of it. No new trilogy, no Sith origin story, no bold myth-making. These are the stories fans actually want. Now, Dave Filoni is stepping into more control, and I genuinely don't know how to feel about that. On one hand, the odds of seeing Darth Bane, Revan, or Plagueis in a meaningful way just went up. On the other hand, you know Ahsoka and the Ghost Crew are somehow getting folded into each one of those series. Star Wars has become deeply self-referential. It keeps pointing back at itself instead of moving forward, and that's the real problem. Rian Johnson understood this. Tony Gilroy understood this, and he doesn't even like Star Wars. Andor worked because it treated Star Wars like a serious, dramatic sandbox instead of a nostalgia machine. I literally don't know if there's a franchise with more potential than Star Wars. Why haven't the Vision shorts become full anime series yet? We could have multiple Star Wars anime running right now, a new trilogy, and a gritty adult drama. Experimental stories outside the Skywalker shadow. Instead, everything keeps collapsing inward. And that hurts because I love this franchise. Star Wars made me fall in love with movies, with storytelling, with imagination. I grew up making my own characters in LEGO Star Wars, building narratives in the original Battlefront games, getting lost in the EU novels, comics, video games such as Jedi Academy and The Force Unleashed. At this point, I'd honestly be fine canonizing huge chunks of the EU just to escape the Skywalkers. So yeah, this is the absolute state of Star Wars. Let me know what you think. Is Star Wars fine? Does it need to change? Does it need to end? I genuinely want to hear your take. And real quick, I just wanted to say I just launched a Ko-fi. If you like what I'm doing and want to help me keep building pop culture, even just $1 helps more than you'd think. I'm trying to turn this into a real career, talking faith, fandom, and the stories that shaped us. So please head over. The link will be down in the description. And as always, I'm Shwa. This is Pop Cultured. And may the Force be with you. And as always, peace be with you.